updates content. See what's the media. About we will see
for some time before we end.
Maybe my followers will be playing. So by the time the subscribers, them now they watch all the time. They will see. So I did change yesterday like this. I carry one. The concept I did was about around. I made my fan dream come true. So I take a Black Stars fan to go and watch a Black Stars fan for the first time. That kind of fun. So it's our Black Stars fan. When it will come out, it will be different.
That'd be nice.
That'd be what I do. So the Sunday match, we will do something like that. We will take. So the other concept is take like go and watch like a football game with a subscriber. We're going to watch the Black Stars game with a subscriber. The boys is on the course, so it's either I'll go and watch the Black Stars game with my friends or subscriber. So it will be from arrival, the stands.
You do voiceover, then TikTok, then you go talk to me, then go on the full video.
You see how it's flowing.
So
you can.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host, Selassie Fiawe. Today we're going to talk about the Ghana game, Ghana versus Chad on Friday. Welcome to the channel. I'll be doing this here with Jijo and Delali. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm sure you've all heard the special surprise. The president was with the team today after their indoors, behind closed doors training session to talk to them. The sports minister hinted at the fact that the president would be around, and he hinted at the fact that something special would be happening, and it was the president. But the early reports we received is that Madagascar have beating Central African Republic 4-1, and they are on top of the group right now, meaning that it's all pressure. In case we needed more pressure, this is even more pressure for us. Delali, what are your thoughts? What do you think this means for Ghana? Still the same, I guess.
Oh yeah, nothing has changed. Yeah. I think we just game after game. Fortunately for us, our next game is not a very, very fancy opponent. We're just playing against Chad, with all due respect. So we need to go ahead and win. And for me, I think that's the most important thing, you know. Because fortunately for us, in as much as Madagascar has won, the next thing we are supposed to do, our next opponent is just Chad. And the whipping boys in the group. So we just need to just concentrate and win. It's not a tough job. It's not like we are going to play Mali or Angola or any other Central African Republic that you are going to be scared. You are just going to play a Chad that everybody's beating in the group. So just win, build your momentum so that when you go to the Madagascar, you do there. So I think it doesn't really change anything. Madagascar were always they were always going to win.
We're always going to.
I think it makes a lot because looking at the group itself, honestly, I felt like Comoros was a team to watch out for in the group, and also Mali. These were the two teams that I thought they were our biggest opponents or like opposition as to whether who took the group. But looking at how Madagascar is also coming up with a victory over Chad, and it's not just any victory; it's a convincing one. Yeah. They beat them 4-1. Clearly, it shows that they are also one of the teams you need to watch out for if it comes to qualifying for the next. I think it's just one round, right? It's just one round. If you beat them and you are on top of the league log, clearly you are moving straight to the World Cup. So it is an opportunity for the Black Stars meeting Chad on Friday, because Chad is the whipping boys of the group. And you see, one important thing is the goal difference as well. Right now we have a better goal difference than Madagascar and also Comoros at the moment. So if you score more goals against Chad come Friday, it will be a very good advantage, because Mali at the moment are not playing so well. They are not playing so well, so we just need to take advantage of this game. Beating Chad takes us to 12 points, and we go 2 points above Madagascar, and that is a very good opportunity to start from. And traveling to Morocco is going to be a tough encounter against Madagascar. So getting a win on Friday is a must, and we have to also win convincing to boost our own confidence, because see, Ghana Black Stars are coming from a place of, I think everybody's already aware of our
problems.
Our problems are big. Not qualifying for the AFCON, and the motivation and the enthusiasm from the fans is not there.
It's not there. It's not as high as.
Yes. So basically, we need to get a convincing win, and the players also need it. Honestly, most of them do not have enough confidence in themselves when it comes to playing for the Black Stars at the moment. I can see that from Mohamed Kudus, even with the pictures I saw yesterday. He's not the Mohamed Kudus of old when it comes to the Black Stars. If you look at the facial expressions, and most of the players like Thomas Partey, even was not much with the images I saw and the videos I saw. He was not much involved in leadership roles. He was just relaxed, sat back and on the bench. And I see people were not going to him rather meeting others. And looking at the body language of some of these players, you can clearly see they lack even the confidence. So getting them like is winning Chad on Friday is more like a confidence booster in my opinion, and we have to do it convincingly so that going into the subsequent games we know we are coming from a good place and we can do much better.
Yeah, so I think clearly the job is still the same. Get the 1
Points, no excuses. The Benjamin Asare talk. Let's hit that one there. Benjamin Asare.
What's the guy do?
Benjamin Asare.
They say you do what?
No, yesterday his performance in training.
I think.
I think a lot of fans were shouting.
He was basically best goalkeeper at training.
Yesterday. They were shouting, "Let Asare catch the ball. Let Asare."
I saw a funny tweet
choose Asare. What do you think about that? That talk about Benjamin Asare. Are we? I won't say hyping him up. Are we doing too much too soon?
Oh no!
Such a young guy?
Come on. I to be honest, this is local fans always gravitate towards the local players, especially because if you look at their training at the Accra Sports Stadium, the Hasbrook fans are around, the local fans are around, and they are very excited to see their man train. Even though he may not be in post, the fact that he's in the team and he's making them kind of saves helps him. And also for him as an individual, obviously going to give him a lot of confidence, because it's not easy, like showing up to be in camp with the national team. These are players that you would watch them play in Europe, all them things, but to train with them, you also show up, make some couple of saves. I always say that if you're a local player and you are called into the national team, you justify yourself in the training grounds.
There's a lot of doubt about local players.
And also there's a lower chance that you even get a chance to play in the main game, So you have to justify yourself in the training grounds. At this point, if there's any call-up in the next day, Asare is obviously going to be called again because he has proven that he can be a backup goalkeeper. And at this point, that's what the head coach needs. You can do your social media conversation, do a long thread and say that he's not good. His technique in saving the ball is once the ball didn't enter the net, he has saved the ball.
You get it? Even in the same training, you saw some of the goals they concede.
Yeah.
Because I remember I watched the last training at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. Some of the goals our first choice goalkeeper was conceding there. It was really sad. Like, basically, it tells you that sometimes what we see on the pitch is a reflection of what actually happens on the training.
Yeah. So I think some coaches use the training session to select those that.
Very good.
Yeah,
So,
every coach
and that is why I sometimes believe that we should move away from making that autonomous decision that Atizigi should be our number one choice goalkeeper, because honestly, a lot of people are calling for a change.
Yeah.
And
Insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
very good, because clearly, I'm not saying Atizigi is. You see, one thing is in the world of the blind.
The one-eyed man.
Very good. The one-eyed man gets to be the king.
Yes.
And that is where we find ourselves at the moment. But because people do not have a good alternative, people say we don't have a good alternative for Atizigi, we should keep Atizigi in place. But unless you try the others,
You never know.
you never know. Because honestly, I thought Manaf Nuruddin was so good that he was so good that we could even try to replace Atizigi at a point in time.
That was actually the notion we had.
Because Manaf Nuruddin was our best penalty stopper.
Yeah.
He still
He
is.
still is.
I think with him, it's his class. side.
Yes, and I'm saying, you see, that is a mistake we do all the time. The reason why Atizigi is number one is because of his class side. He's the most consistent goalkeeper in, like
His
Ghanaian
side,
goalkeeper
yeah.
in Europe.
Yeah.
But we cannot justify him being the best goalkeeper for the Black Stars. Because, to be honest, I felt like most of the national team is a different ball game altogether. A national team goalkeeper can be so poor at the club side, but when it comes to national team, he can be so good. And we should give these goalkeepers the benefit of the doubt. And we've seen that with players like
Olili
Olili didn't excel at the
club side.
He didn't excel. Even with, let's take Nigeria for example, right? Their goalkeeper that they sent to the AFCON, he wasn't the best best Nigerian goalkeeper in the world. Let me put this. They had goalkeepers in Europe that was
Chipper United.
Yeah, he was in South Africa. They had goalkeepers who played in Europe, week in, week out. They have like, Nigeria is a country that has a lot of stars in Europe that they could choose from. But the coach decided to go with these local or African-based goalkeepers.
Yes, yeah.
And to be honest, nobody knew
Who he was.
Like, honestly, it was the AFCON that he got his name, or he got
exposure
very
and
good.
all that.
And I like the confidence and the trust that the head coach had in him, and that was able to propel him to do what he did.
Exactly.
Because if you are able to trust, if the coach is able to trust such a goalkeeper, honestly, it gives a different face to the team.
Yeah, that's true.
But my question is,
And I believe the players as well will then trust the manager, because if the goalkeeper starts to perform, then other players will start questioning themselves. I am playing in Italy, you are playing in England, someone is playing in South Africa, he's doing better than you and I, so what are we doing? We have to also prove ourselves.
that's
And I think that is what we should do. The last stars, we need to
for me,
find
yeah, but the
solutions.
other also thing is that I sometimes also don't want to be unfair to Atizigi. In my opinion, yeah, I think he's as good as the quality of defense. Do you get me? If Ghana, which game did Manaf say penalty in the AFCON qualifiers?
The penalty was a shootout in the Kirin.
No. He also saved another penalty.
It was against. Was it?
I think Angola, yeah.
Yeah, it was against Angola.
Yeah,
It was
in the qualifier, Angola.
That game, if Ghana did not concede a penalty, Manaf would have also been just a normal passenger in the game.
Yeah.
It would have been like another Atizigi performance. Okay, yeah, we have a goalkeeper, Yapon. But because there was a penalty and that was his specialty, he was able to show us his quality.
Yeah.
So I believe that when it comes to the Black Stars, as of now, the goalkeepers are as good as their defense. If you put Olele in the goal post now, Fatah Adara in the post now, Prime Fatah Adara, he will collect the same amount of goals. Because, because the defense, like you get what I'm talking about, like the defense that we have now, they are not as great as
they used to be.
So the goalkeeper is always forced to save quality of shots. See Olele. Look at Olele's defense. See John Mensah, Jonathan Mensah,
just John Pencil, Hans Edu Sape. In front of this defense, there's Sule Mutari, Michael Essien, Antoniana. Like, see, before the ball will pass these defenders, before it will come to you, no.
But you know that now we, like as compared to previous years, we have one of the best defense. Like in terms of players playing at the highest level in Europe.
You see, that's the mistake we are doing here. Like, let's look at. I always say that players playing in big name country, like big name like leagues. Doesn't necessarily mean that when you assemble.
No, I'm not saying that big name. You see, honestly, you can't tell me that Jiku is not performing well for
no, that's the no.
You can't tell me Salisu is not performing
well.
well.
But when you bring them, like
the thing is, they have the quality. Honestly, I didn't make a comment about Salisu and how poor he has been performing with the Blasters, but his quality cannot be underestimated.
Let me finish so that like the viewers don't get confused. See, the Black Stars
Yes, we have. They are the best group of African players you can find on the like in even Morocco South doesn't come closer to our players who like individual 1-1-1-1.
Hey.
No, true. Messi Morocco. If you take Diaz,
You guys, are you not jumping the gun
true,
with this?
like, if you take, see, let's Messi Morocco. Take Diaz away. Take
Hakimi.
no, you Messi. Like, what was the name of?
Hey,
Morocco
but your people don't perform. So how you they
for Sevilla?
no, but like, no, like what I'm saying, like I'm just saying that, like
Bono was one of the best goalkeepers in the World Cup.
If you look at like Africa, for instance, okay, you take Nigeria, take Morocco, even go to Ivory Coast. Like Ivory Coast have players with huge potentials, but the name is in way of established. Salisu, Partey, Jiku, Gideon Mensah. No, like club the person is playing.
Yeah,
not like club. Who Enes Nyama, Kamadin Suleimana.
Yeah.
Like
This in the English
Fatah Ishaku, Semenyo. I've mentioned 10 individuals. Like those times,
our team, our boys,
Yeah,
they were just. But when you bring them together,
Then that's where the issue is.
that's what I'm talking about. So let's
Football is a team sport.
exactly. So when not to digress, the defense of Jonathan Mensah, what be this guy?
John Boy.
Jonathan Mensah. No, even John Boy. I think it's you. Jonathan Mensah, John Boy, or Jonathan Mensah, John Mensah. Daniel Amate. What is the John Pencil? Hans Edu Sape, Mutari, Michael Essien. Like you see, when you put these guys together and they are shielding a goalkeeper, like Udara Wada. That one, you see, that one we go put Fatah Odada who plays for Ashgood in. Like you know what I talk about. Like we go get the confidence. Say, oh, we go finish the match. At least the shots go they go get the confidence. But right now, counter break they are a sort of target too. No, you guys get what I'm saying. So the goalkeeper is also as good as the defense.
I feel like it's also coaching. It also boils down to
that
coaching.
that one.
It's coaching. All this comes down to coaching, to be honest, because looking at Blasters that we had from 2010 to even straight to 2015, we had one of the best defense on the African continent. In terms of defensive structure, not just the players, in terms of structure. We barely concede goals. That is why we were able to do one goal project.
Yeah,
if you are a team that is good
and we're solid and we're able to hold on to
yes.
If we score, you know,
very good. If you score one, it's barely like you barely concede.
You will hardly ever be able to crack us. That's what helped us, and we can get one goal.
That is why if we went to the final, that is why we play a lot of shootouts. If you study, the reason why the Blasters always play shootouts in major tournaments is because of our because our defense, how good our defense is. It's because
we play 0-0 run and give Asamoah Gyan long pass and score.
Then they shut shop.
So we had a very good defense.
So essentially,
so I don't know what changed. I don't know what has changed over the years, but since there has been a structural shift because of the kind of players we've developed these days. Because most of our players are more flexible and the flair they
try to play the ball.
Yeah. So it makes it very difficult for the coaches we have now to have their defensive approach.
And also
because we don't have players who are defensively disciplined.
I also feel the coaches try to be defensive whilst the players that we have are more offensive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So basically the playing style doesn't suit the players.
Yes.
So now we have to find a playing style that will suit the players. However, on the African continent these days, any least mistake you do, your opponent will punish you. It is. I feel like the football has evolved to the extent where even countries like we saw Madagascar scoring us here, right?
Yeah.
They beat us here 1-0. It's because we just one defensive blunder and we conceded. So that shows you that.
I think we beat Madagascar.
Madagascar, no, we lost to Madagascar. Our only game we lost in the.
Okay, you are talking about AFCON qualifying. World Cup qualifiers is Comoros. You lost to Comoros.
It's Comoros,
yeah.
yeah.
It was away.
Away rather. Oh, okay. So it clearly shows that we can do much better.
Yeah, we have to. So on to the next topic. In case you're joining us, please scan on the QR code on your screen
right now and follow us on our Instagram page. Appreciate that a lot. And for those who have been asking in the comment section about the tickets, the ticket prices will also show up on your screen any moment from now. It's for as low as 10 Ghana cedis to as high as 200 Ghana cedis. So yeah, in case you want to be at the Accra Sports Stadium, you know what to do. Popular stand, VIP, VVIP, and whatnot. And yeah, those are the prices and the QR code. It's really important. Like and share the video as well so others can join the conversation. We'll move on a bit. Baby Jet Asamoah Gyan was there yesterday talking to them. I'm hearing today as well he was there. I'm also hearing that Stephen Appiah was there. Today the president was there. Baby Jet's conversation. How impactful do you think it is for the players to hear from a former player like Baby Jet Asamoah Gyan?
I think
he should be given a position.
Asamoah Gyan should be added to the management committee like group. Because see, it has been established that the management committee will not go close them down. And let's make it more ex-players than politicians and government officials. If we are not closing it down, then let's Asamoah Gyan, strikers coach or something. Because Asamoah Gyan is a trained coach now.
Yeah.
Put him in charge, in charge of strikers coach. It no be any money. If the team win, then give him winning bonus. Like you see, you can put that together that day.
Yeah.
Those people, you don't even have to put them on salary to burden the country. Like winning bonus.
And the national team doesn't play all the time. So basically, when the Blasters come,
so when the team comes around, then you do. He trains with the strikers, like teach them how to score. See, Thomas Tuchel was saying something. He said that when it comes to players that have played before, they may not be good coaches, but they have something that comes to them instinctively.
So it's easier.
Baby Jet knows that if you balance yourself like this, you go to the left foot. That one, it's not in the book. Like, we won't cancel the management committee group. What I feel is that we should increase the number of former players. One person, Stephen Appiah, there is not only enough. Even if you don't make the manage, just maybe 2 or 3 Black Stars players. If you are picking 5, 2 Black Stars players or 3, put the politicians and let them finish 5. Go. Because say, put former players who can at least be constantly involved in the players week in, week out and what they do.
And help them become better.
And also, we should create a way and involve the former players more. It should move away from just come, talk to the players.
And go.
So
they should be part of the team
like,
and how the team plays, how they plan for tournaments.
John Asamoah, how be the guy name? Rock of Zabrota. John Mensah. Defenders coach, something. You see, he's serving 2 roles. Like, he is not tactic, but he did go face Charlie the way say striker near dia. and call him. Like you see, those small things, you know, go feel you know they appreciate, but that's what Senegal they've done. They've moved away from just bringing the former players around, and they've started giving them job to do. You get me?
Yeah.
Sule dey there, put Sule something like make Sule come, give Sule something, player something, player welfare. You get me? Don't put him on a salary. The money the boys get, no be they just self-actualization.
Yeah.
Don't with a winning bonus. See, there are people with a pay winning bonus.
Expect anything
He
like
dress nice. Black Stars tracksuit, he come training. All the people go take pictures and that be all they
That be
want.
all.
And it also help because these players will always see all the boys they watch the national team. You know, say most of the Ghanaian players then the diaspora. If you ask them, the players they grew up watching, it be Baby Jet.
Yeah, even most of the interviews they've granted.
Baby Jet they go mention because see most of if the player be 23 years, 22 years, he grew up watching Baby Jet. Like Baby Jet where they make them who they are today.
A lot of them
mention
Baby Jet as someone
Yes.
they watched when they were growing
they
up.
grew up watching Baby Jet. So if that person come, you see Baby Jet say, oh wow, Charlie Ole Monko. You know say Baby Jet today there, but I to say Baby Jet about once be no qua. It be somewhere. No nipa the crowd is I to say you day office. Somebody come. The person you know say your salary. Me I always say if workers their salary is not in your pocket, they don't respect you.
Yeah.
Because you see, you know say you know go feel affect.
You know
the
if you
salary.
do am anything.
Good, but you know say Baby Jet today plus some all the time.
I feel like Otando, who is a former player, should know this better. But
Sometimes they shock fans. So.
but Otando has really disappointed some of us because, to be honest, it seems the decisions that the Blasters or the management team make, he doesn't have a grip on it. And from what we are seeing so far, there's a lot that is going on without having his knowledge. And that is why we are here at this point, because believe me, if we have a head coach that really is a former player, you should be able to bring some people on board who can really work. Talking about Asamoah Gyan's influence, I think everybody knows about that. Like, it's something that is there that everybody has. I think Ghanaians in general, even beyond football, Asamoah Gyan has huge influence in this country.
Yeah.
Even just beyond football, he has he's a big name in terms of anything at all. You cannot count Asamoah Gyan out of it.
He's
one of the most influential people in this game.
He day ahead of Stephen Appiah.
Yeah, definitely.
If I'm not being
Stephen is respected. No two ways about
Yeah,
it.
but Baby Jet's influence is serious.
It's huge.
Baby Jet influence.
And because of the fact that he blended entertainment with his craft and
all
things.
he
cut
cut
across
across every
a lot.
generation. And he has been able to influence everybody. So clearly, as a head coach of the Black Stars, you should be able to know how to relate to some of these people. But I don't think it's his fault because he didn't spend much of his time in the country. He is a foreign expatriate as well, just like the players that we have. And that is why you're having some of these issues. If Utado should have been like bred and born in this country and be living in Ghana for so many years, the attitude would be different. Because you see, that is what I feel like we are lacking a bit. You need to have people who stayed in the country, know how it feels. The past. You see, sometimes living in Ghana alone, the pressure alone in this country will tell you what fans are going through. And you see, you relive certain moments. If you relive, my brother here, has been in this country for so many times. If you give him appointment as maybe a youth community there, our MP or something, because he has lived in the community,
I know the hassle.
he knows the hassle and what people will say. So even though he might not perform well, he knows what the level of criticism will come to.
Yeah.
He knows how to manage it because he has been in that position. He has also criticized someone before.
Exactly.
So believe you me, leadership comes with also experience, and I feel like Kutuane do not have the like he doesn't have the needed experience to man the affairs as a blaster, which is a huge topic that we'll talk about later.
When it comes to Kutuane,
he has the experience.
That's
So he should know better.
and you see for me,
He should know better because you've been a former player before.
He has the experience, and
He should have done this long time.
Even
Like
when they have
bringing the
qualified,
former
bring the
players.
former
Because you
players
played
on
with
board.
them before. You know how influential Asamoah Gyan was. So it means you didn't have
Relationship with them.
It's also about that. It's also about his relationship with them players and what he feels.
Yeah,
the
about them.
importance, like how he feels about having them around.
Yeah.
If he believes that their presence can make an impact,
that's when you go for them. But if he thinks their presence will not really,
As you rightly said, it's not about the tactical. You see, he's
No
always.
tactics.
It's not about tactics. This is not about tactical. This
Yeah.
one. You see some of the issues that we have in camp, like captaincy, those small issues. If you have these former players around, they'll be able to talk to some of the boys. And you see, we have issues where players were agitating about who should be the captain, why wasn't I appointed. You get it. These back and forth, these issues
these
are
back and forth issues that could have easily been avoided.
Very good. Imagine you invited some of these former players around. Some of these issues we could have solved it. It wouldn't have been an issue that would
It would
affect us
have
on the pitch.
escalated to some levels that
Did you get it? And
I always look at Kudus and what Kudus is going through now with the national team. It's just similar to what Baby Jets has been through. The people like him, the performance,
It's
your
not-
performance
it's
is
not
really,
matching,
really
yeah.
sure. At this point, you will be worried as a player
Yeah.
because you feel like
I'm sacrificing everything for them, but they don't see it. Asamoah has been in the same situation, but he has been there and he has been out.
He has
He knows
overcome
what
it.
gets him out. So Asamoah can just go to Kudus. See, the Ghana people, if you don't score, they go insult you. Score, that be all. So if
Everybody go forget everything.
So if
Righty now.
So if Kudus is on the pitch right now, he knows that one is coming from Baby Jets. He knows that if he score hat-trick today,
we go forget.
everybody go right Kudus. See what you do for Agogo. Like Agogo, out of nowhere, no, Agogo 10
Superstar.
country favorite.
you forgot about Kwesi Appiah.
Good. Because Appiah can't play too much style. 10.
Kwesi Appiah, I think blaster legend. Like you win
That
that.
guy took us forward.
I say, everybody make listen. Like you win that AFCON 2015, and Kwesi Appiah name will be written in the history books forever.
yeah.
That's
Like,
15. Don't
That is
mind
it.
But you see, so that's all that we're talking about here.
Everything that has happened, like everything that the
But
players
you
are
see,
going
one
through
thing
now.
too is that the only difference we hear with Kudus is that it seems you are putting a lot of pressure on my boy to be our main source of goals. But to be honest, he's not a striker. Unlike Asamoah Gyan.
Yeah.
You see, tactically, he shouldn't be responsible for our goals.
Just that the goals are not coming so.
Is it because the goals are not coming
Star
in because
player.
he's the star player in the team or something?
That one, yeah.
Because I feel like
It's like Messi in the Argentina national team.
yes. To be honest,
See, I'm never be able to do. Not like you see. Sometimes, yeah.
He's not- it's because I feel like-
to say something.
I feel like-
that Dominic your son Takrache. I don't know how to say it in Tree. Like the most people, the crowd follows the most popular one, or the most famous
prominent,
one,
yeah.
or the most prominent person. That's how life is.
About. Once you are the most prominent in a group, people will talk about you.
About
They will
you
mention your
more,
name,
yeah.
good or bad. So you just need to be ready to endure that. And I
Accept
think
that
it comes
criticism.
good, and I think it comes with it. If there's anybody who has been able to deal with that very well, I think Baby Jets comes.
but I feel like we need to talk about striking problem as well. It's something you see. I was about to do something on that, but honestly, if we do not solve this problem, it will go a long way to affect us. As a team, we don't know how to score goal. Like we barely.
We don't create.
No, we create chances. To be honest, against Sudan, where did you see the number of chances we created in that game?
A lot.
We created in the last 10
minutes.
we created 5 chances.
Yes.
And not just any chances though. 5 clear goal scoring chances that we could have just put at the back.
How
of
does
the
it? Like how does the chances like? My first question is the chances, man. Like how clear?
And that is why I
Who
think
does it
that
for?
Asamoah Gyan issue or him coming on board will really help, because you see, Inaki William had in that 5 chances, Inaki had 2. Kudus had 2.
Serious?
Yes, in those 5 chances, Inaki William had 2. Kudus
But
had 2.
the interesting thing about these things,
And one fell.
they get the same chances in their other side.
They score.
And
You see, yeah. So to be honest,
So
if you look at it,
being bad.
sometimes if you look at
some like I say, like some heavy.
no, there's no having. You see, this thing is football. If you are not able to score in the first half of a game, automatically you place a pressure on yourself. It happens. That's why Man City.
Put yourself in a tight
City
spot.
very good. If Man City is playing a small team, what they do is that the first 10 minutes they destabilize the team by scoring a goal.
And any goal comes then.
Very good. So basically, you are trying to tell yourself that yes, you are taking charge of this game and you've done your homework really well, and you are taking control of the game. You are telling your opponents you are nobody. Imagine you are playing Sudan. You go into the game, the first 20 minutes you get a goal. Basically, you start to determine the pace of the game.
You've killed the game.
You tell your opponent that no, you are not my size. Charlie, you understand? You're not coming to play here. But the Blasters will be score.
They'll relax. They drag the game on.
Drag the game on and on and on. Then you start putting pressure on. So the fans start shouting. Imagine we go in a game against China on Friday. Look at this scenario. We don't score in the first 10 minutes. And the unfortunate thing is that by all means we create chances. Look at it. Against Sudan, Jiku had a header that hit the post or something.
Yeah, I think in Accra here.
Yes, in Accra. We had so many chances in the first that we could have scored, but we didn't. So you don't score those chances, squander those chances. Basically, fans agitation coming.
Yeah.
People start talking. People, like, you understand? Then the pressure builds on you. The pressure builds and it piles up. When you get to an open pool, you tend to miss because your head is full of
pressure.
So if you are able to work on that, first 20 minutes, at least get a goal.
Calm down the nerves and
control the game.
You are talking about pressure, and I'm going to use that to assess the new psychologist and his impact. to see what the Black Stars have been through in the last few years is 60% psychology, 40% tactics. Because there's been games that you don't need tactics to win them, but you realize that these players, then they go through them. That's like they are going through a lot. A lot also going through them. I think the psychologists would have to go look at them, take them through some sessions, let them be very calm. See, if these boys are relaxed, we can beat teams. We can dispatch teams. Because if it works, we get squad individual players. We do have them. If the coach can just put the starting 11 together well.
And that's our final discussion.
Play
starting 11.
Just play similar to how we played against Mali. Not the individual players. I mean system
play.
Quality of football closer to how we played against Mali. And the players are calm. We can beat Mali. We can beat Chad and beat them well to make a lot of Ghanaians happy.
Mali will be playing Comoros. We've seen the result of Madagascar, Central African Republic. Friday we take on Chad. Finally, I think we are back to where we the coach's decision. Starting 11.
Yeah, I think.
So let me hear your starting 11. Possible starting 11.
Possible starting 11. See, this is going to be controversial. But you see, the defense is going to be a problem. I take one from you because I think in our previous match we didn't have Jiku.
Sudan 0-0 we had Jiku.
But in our recent matches we didn't have Jiku.
Okay, we didn't have Jiku.
We didn't have Jiku.
We didn't.
And that affected us in our AFCON qualifiers.
Yeah.
Because the kind of goal we conceded against Sudan.
I said it, and some people were doubting, Jiku, is it that deep? Is it that deep?
Because there's goals to concede against South Sudan.
Oh, this is South Sudan, but it's
Sudan. I don't like mentioning South Sudan. Sudan, I was shocked because Salisu was on a great run of form before coming to the Blasters. He was playing for Monaco in the Champions League, even playing so well again.
He was England first before.
Yeah, no, the qualifiers he played.
Okay.
Yeah, he also good. So for my starting level, I think the defense, I'll go with Isaac Simpson, pairing with Alexander Jiku. I'll put Mohamed Salisu on the bench. This is going to be controversial. Mohamed Salisu for the Black Stars.
Let me sit down well.
Yes. Mohamed Salisu for the Black Stars hasn't been impressive for me.
So in post, who are you putting in post first?
Oh, in post, we all know the obvious, but like this is not even an argument. I think it's going to. I know, wait. Like, to be honest,
No, if like the Black Stars were on the top 4,
Asari.
like to be honest, if Otuado makes a change, it will actually put a whole new pressure on himself.
The player who he
Put in there.
Yes. So basically, I don't think he will make that decision. That is why I didn't even think I thought of that, because he's not going to do it. He's just going to keep at his game post for that. For him to be able to calm down the nerves of Benjamin Masari and also himself in this position. I think to my 2 centre backs, I trust Razak Sisi to do a good job. He has done a fantastic job in our last 3 games or even our last 2 games. And I believe if we give him the nod, this will build his confidence moving forward. Razak Sisi has been a player that he has shown Ghanaians why sometimes you need to give some local players opportunity.
So in post,
Atizigi, you'll be in post for Jiku. Atizigi, Jiku, Simpson. Yeah, so Atizigi, Jiku, Simpson.